welcome to Core Discussions. My name's Legacy. I'm your host slash moderator. We're here to discuss many various topics, movies, TVs, video games, whatever we feel like that today. We're just a group of friends, always wanted to do this, so we finally got to it. If you look in the back of the sign, there's this very small sign that does say Core Discussion. It's a little far away, hard to see, but if you got great eyesight, you can do it. All right, like I said, my name's Legacy. Move over here.
That's very good. um, be on the lookout though. We got a logo coming out soon, and so we'll get nice T-shirts for that too. And apparently Hunter turned to a cat, and then Ian Catan he turned into Ian Kitten.
I get it.
Yeah. But anyways, my name's Max, and I'll let the Mountain Kitty introduce himself.
I'm also known as Hunter. I'm a cat today.
Mountain Kitty.
Next.
I'm Bobby D3.
I am Ian Catan, yeah. Welcome, meow meow.
And I'm Vitamin J.
All right, so today we're going to be discussing our top 10 favorite video games. It's on any platform. We had a lot of variety. I believe we had over 35 video games that were selected. Just to let you know, we did top 10 lists. We ranked them 1 through 10. Number 1 got 10 points. Number 10 got 1 point. I calculated the whole top 10 most points, made our list. There was several ties, so I think we ended up with 11 video games because there's a two-way tie at 10th place. So the only person not here is our friend Josh, who also submitted in a list. Guys, are you ready to discuss?
Yeah, before we get going, I'm just going to let everyone know it's going to be a miracle if Philip and I don't come to blows because his opinions stink.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I might want to separate a little bit.
Yeah, you might want to separate,
Yeah.
get some air.
This might have not been the best one for him and I just to sit right next to each other on.
Yeah, I suggest Max sit a little further back.
a certain topic, but we will get there one at his time.
And we will somehow be friends at the end of it, even if his feelings are hurt.
Wait,
My feelings
wait.
won't hurt.
You have different views on stuff, and you're still friends. How does that
Yeah.
work? It's weird.
It's cool.
A rarity.
We're going to show you how it works, Internet. So for those working, this is how. You don't have to agree on everything. All right, some things
What we
you
got?
just agree.
So,
All right, so let's get into our list. So coming in at number 10, there was a two-way tie with these two games, both coming in with 13 points. It is Horizon Zero Dawn and Super Mario Odyssey. So Horizon Zero Dawn was voted on by The Mountain, who put it at 7th place, and D3, who put it at 2nd. As well as Super Mario Odyssey was put at 3rd place, and by D3, Vitamin J put Super Mario Odyssey at 8th place, and Max put Super Mario Odyssey at 9th place. I will also preface, once again, none of these games that made the list got voted on by every single person agreed. So that is also kind of a cool thing. I don't think any one of the games, no one game got like two. Yeah. So we'll go in. You guys go ahead. I'll leave the floor over to D3. You could go ahead and talk about Horizon Zero Dawn.
Well, Horizon Zero Dawn. First of all, I love the plot of the storyline. Pretty much humanity doomed themselves, and now we're pretty much back in the dark, the cave or stone era with cavemen. And
What
instead
you
of
thought?
animals, you got to worry about. You got to worry about robots. So you got a robot T-Rex, a robot alligator, and pretty much they will adapt to you. So you got to come up with different strategies to defeat each monster or each robot, which is a pretty fun and challenging thing. Me personally, I had the biggest trouble with the giant Stormbird. It was like pretty much like a giant hawk, and that was my toughest monster. And pretty much, I love the fact that your main character is not your typical male character. You play as Aloy. She's pretty much like an unstoppable machine. Pretty much, it's impressive. I love how they did the story. I can't wait for the sequel. The sequel, from the trailer alone, looks like they're just adding on, making it better than the first. My only complaint with the first game is the combat system. Like your melee attacks is basic, but the weapons they give you, I love the strategies you got build around for each machine.
All right. Go ahead. Mountain, you've put it at 7th place.
Yeah, so like Bobby said, the story for this game I thought was pretty good. It kind of drop you into this world where you're kind of left with these like barbaric weapons and you're hunting like freaking robot dinosaurs and you're like, what the heck's going on here? Like why do I have a bow and arrow and I'm trying to kill robot dinosaurs? But then they go into it and it's actually in the future and you're actually like a clone from one of the people who tried to stop all this from happening. That's a whole lot of things. But it was really good. Bow and arrow mechanics for this game are really good. I like how in order to defeat the different robots, you had to shoot different parts of them. Like they'll have the different weaknesses. Like it's nothing groundbreaking. Like some dinosaurs were weaker to ice or fire or whatever, but you had to shoot like these certain canisters on them. And the DLC was really good. It's a strong female character, which is good for this day and age to have. So,
all right. Let me go ahead and move to Max. Go ahead and talk about Super Mario Odyssey.
Well, I'll start by saying I know that there's disagreement in amongst us about this, but this is not the best 3D Mario platform game. That one we'll discuss later is second best. But this one, Super Mario Odyssey, of course, is the Mario game for the Switch, and it brings back the 3D Mario game because I think the last one was what, Galaxy, maybe, or Galaxy 2. But no, it was really good. They kind of changed some things from like Super Mario 64, whereas you're not getting stars, you're getting moons. Except this game is not great if you're a completionist like I usually am, because you will probably never ever finish this game and collect all the moons because there's only about 1,000 of them. So have fun with that. I think I got to about 650 and I tapped out. So
999 to be exact.
Yep.
yeah. Who's counting? But no, the story's good. The concept of Cappy is definitely unique. You can be a T-Rex. You can be a you can be Goomba, Bowser, everything. I think it's your first time you're able to play as, besides like a Mario Kart game and all that. You can actually play as Bowser. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, and even the game is so good that even my 5-year-old, he was 4 when he beat it. He beat the whole game by himself, 4 years old. And in fact, this Halloween he's going to be Mario with Cappy. So this game transcends generations. So
quit trying to plug your kid as the next Twitch streamer.
No.
Oh my god.
I would say Mario games are great because it's pretty much for all ages. Kids can play them, adults can play them. You'll love them no matter what. I love the customization in this game because you can have Mario in the bathing suit. You can have Mario wearing a nice suit. Mario can be a pirate.
It's 64 Mario.
Yeah, just the customization also gives it more playability because it gives you different aesthetics. People like that, and I love the new Donk City, I believe it's called, that level, and the song that you get when you do whatever you need to do to help the mayor out. That song that she sings for you, it's a catchy tune.
Well, and that part's also cool because it harkens back to the original Donkey Kong.
Yeah, that's
Yes, sir.
So Mario Odyssey is the best Mario game. It has everything of all the best Mario games. It has the open world design since Super Mario 64 introduced. The levels are bigger. It has a lot of customization. And the whole capture mechanic is amazing. And then, for all the 90s kids that play Super Mario 64, you get a nice little nostalgia boner with the one map, go back to Peach's Castle, and you get to capture the star, and then it does the sound effect and everything. So, it has everything. It is the best Mario game. I will fight that to the death.
Jacob, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here because I actually 100% agree with you on this game. This easily could have been on my list. It wasn't, but honestly, it probably should have been. Odyssey was so fun. I love the New York level. It's so cool. I love taking control of everything, like in any game. A big thing for me2 I love, and Breath of the Wild does this too. Legends of Zelda is the outfit system is really, really cool. Just there's so much love and detail, and just it's kind of insane how much like there is in this game. And there are other really good Mario games. I played Galaxy. I haven't played 64, but I've seen a lot of the gameplay. Those games are good.
Wait,
The-
whoa.
You're not that much
Hold
younger
up.
than me. How have you not played it?
Hold up. You've never played Mario 64.
my first.
Guys,
Save
Yeah,
it. Save
so-
it. Save it.
Ian, I have an N64 and I have Super Mario 64 on the original N64.
why would he want to play 64 when he's already played the better experience? That's like ruining
Wow.
his palate. Why'd you do that?
Also, I,
Hold on, guys. This game might come up later. All right.
But before we continue, Jacob, you're right down the street from me. If you want to come see these hands, let's go.
You'll see my hands playing the Switch, playing Super Mario Odyssey. That's what you'll see.
I'm gonna slap it out your hands too.
dude, you're even wearing Cappy on your head, Max. Like you actually secretly like it, don't lie.
Keep going, Catan.
I mean, well, it's a little biased too because my first console was a Wii because I was PC beforehand, and I'm still PC because PC Master Race. But so it's a little biased, but honestly, it was just beautiful. Really, like if you're just trying, I think it was around the launch of the Switch, which is like how you get people to actually buy a console, and the Switch is gonna be around for a while more. So it's like if you're gonna buy a Switch anyway, definitely pick up this game. Also Smash Brothers, but that might come later in the list.
Maybe nice segue.
All right. So, yeah, I'll also agree with Max over here. This wasn't the best Super Mario game. I am gonna have to agree with him on that fact. I don't agree what the best Mario game is, but I will have to second you on that. So there you go. So we can be friends for that.
That'll be the last time.
That'll be the last time we agree about something Mario. All right, the next one, number 9, coming in with 15 points. It is the latest version of this. No, it's not the latest. Is it the latest?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's the latest version of this game. Both Vitamin J and Catan voted it at number 4. D3, you put it at number 10. It is Smash Bros. Ultimate.
As they like to say, settle it and smash.
I mean, they're all great games. This is the one that has everything. Has all the levels, all the characters, and more. That's why I voted for this one over the other iterations. But to me, this has everything you want.
Yeah, it has all the characters, all the maps. What more can you want? It still has the same fighting as their Smash games, so therefore this is the best one.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of have Melee kind of in the same plane of existence when it comes to Ultimate. I mean, like, they're both really good. I mean, the thing about Ultimate, though, it's the newest one. There's so many new characters, and, like, who doesn't like a nice coat of paint on, like, something that's already good? This game knocks Smash Brothers Brawl out of the water, and even Smash 4, which the nameless one, as we call it. It knocks both those games out of the water. It's still ongoing. There's still new characters coming out. It's a beautiful game. They fixed a lot of the problems that were in the previous games. And really, like, one of the ways that Nintendo is a really great console, which we talked about a little off stream, is the fact that Nintendo is really good at being a party game. Where, like, you know, on PlayStation and, you know, and Xbox, you know, there's some games out there, but Nintendo is like the golden star child. You have Mario Kart, you have Smash Brothers, you have all these different types of, like, Mario Party, of course. You have all these different type of things, and this is one of those games that fits right in that criteria.
Definitely, Nintendo has done a great job.
And
Even, like, with older versions like Wii Sports and stuff like that were great. Like, we used to all play those all the time.
Oh yeah, Wii Sports, I love that.
Classic.
And also-
They did a great job. All their stuff is just timeless. I mean, you would never get tired of it.
And for Smash Bros, you have to play with items. That's the most fun way to play.
Absolutely.
Debatable.
Definitely.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I know a
No
lot of
debate.
tryhards. A lot of tryhards out there say no weapons when
Yeah.
you're in the Smash Bros competition world.
All the purists.
Yeah, no, I need weapons. I'm not very good at it, so I need some sort of equalizer.
Yeah, we're just
And-
playing for fun.
And I feel like random, like a real gamer. I let the game decide who I play as.
Oh my gosh, okay.
Worst character all time is Ice Climberson.
And
Sure.
You're gonna make all the Ice Climber mains mad at us.
Nobody likes Ice Climbers. I mean, I've never. I will say
chew on
I didn't vote for it, but that's because I haven't played it. I also don't have a Switch. I'm the only one here that doesn't have one, so I've never played the game. I'm a huge Melee fan. I'd probably enjoy this one a lot too.
Yeah.
But I will say it is great. Team Peach all the way. Can't kill me with that. All right. Team Peach all the way. Shout out.
Peach is
Broken. She's so good in Melee too. Oh my god.
She is.
Yes. Up B, try and kick me off. Up B with the little umbrella, fly right back on. It's, it's how I stay alive. I'm not that good at fighting, so
You're up B. I will counter with Pikachu's down B.
I mean, you might, but I'm just saying, all I do is fly back on. I'm a pain to kill. That's how I have to survive. I'm just gonna. But we also have a buddy, Carson, who loves Kirby. that we're not friends with.
Literally would never play a character besides Kirby. Ever.
Count on one hand how many times he hasn't played Kirby. It's
Every
only because
Because we pretty much forced him to.
we forced him. Yeah, we were forced him to play Kirby, but
And it probably hurt him inside.
yeah. So change it up a little bit. He said no.
Also, if you haven't played Super Sudden Death, that's really fun.
Yes.
Yep.
That is very fun. It has actually sparked many funny conversations with our group.
With like a 10 stock. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, of course. Yeah.
who doesn't want to play Cloud versus the whatever the character's name from Minecraft? Like that's been a long going matchup. I'm kidding.
Oh, there's one of the most satisfying things in Smash Bros. Is when you hit someone with that home run bat and you crack it just at the perfect time.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so satisfying.
One of the most is when you finally get to hit someone with a Donkey Kong charged punch
Oh yeah, do that.
or a Falcon punch. That's another.
Oh,
fun
when
one.
you can time that one. Oh yeah.
So
Show
fun.
me moves and the taunting. Also, they taunt. Like,
Yeah.
that's kind of
But
fun.
you have to taunt when you knock someone out.
Oh yeah.
Or when you get smashed out and your character instead of going behind the screen goes to the front, so everyone knows you just got KO'd.
True. Or I do also enjoy those times where whoever the last two are, you both hit each other, and then there's that part where you have to wait to find out who won, and you're waiting anxiously, who won, just for that. So good game, fun overall game. We're gonna move to our number 8 spot. So our number 8 spot is actually the most recent one of these games to come out. It is met with a lot of controversy, coming in at 17 points. Mountain put it at number 2. I put it at number 3. It is The Last of Us Part 2. All right. I'll go ahead and hit it. So to all you haters out there, I disagree, and I think you're dumb. Okay? I'm just going to say it. I think you're dumb. I played the first one long time ago. Very much was anticipated when I heard about the second one. I was weary because I really liked the first one. I was like, can you still have the greatness to the second one? Because I really enjoyed the first one. We might be talking about that game later as well. It got delayed multiple times. I think it was about 2 or 3 years it got delayed. Each time it kept backing up a couple months. I had bought it myself, and the Mountain had also pre-bought it and played it the first episode that night, or the first part of the game that night, right when it came out. We both stayed up, and I remember we texted each other after the first part, oh my gosh, did you think? And I heavily enjoyed it. This one was very different from the last one. This one you do explore, but you're only in 2 places mainly. 2 places, and most of it takes place in Seattle, where the other one you travel throughout America. I love the story. I like the differences that one, you're playing as Ellie this time instead of Joel. Because right off the bat they hit you. Okay, spoiler alert, and most of you all who probably have an opinion about this game already know this. You probably already been told about this. Spoiler alert, skip ahead if you don't want to hear it. Joel dies very quickly, which was to the anger of a lot of people. He dies right in the front. I remember when he died, the first thing I texted Hunter is, I'm about to kill every single one of those people who just killed Joel, in the game wise, not legit kill. But I remember my emotions at that point, oh my gosh, they killed Joel. I'm going after these people, because I had such an attachment thanks to the first one. I then love the gameplay. I had to keep stopping myself so I didn't beat it too quickly. Granted, I did beat it in a week. I ended up, you play as a character who actually kills Joel. I enjoyed it. I thought it was great. I thought it was a nice twist, because I saw the other part of it, and then once you kind of understood the story and where she was coming from, I think that was the big part they did, is really got me to liking her. And I think there's certain groups with the Scars as well with the Wolves. you learn about their history and just kind of how they all start out as something like really good things, but then they became evil over time. It was very like interesting to how they changed. I thought the exploring was good. The AI it was helpful. Was helpful. I enjoyed every character in it. Yeah, that's where I'm gonna go. I'll leave you, Mountain, to hit the rest. Hit more.
Well, you pretty much hit it. I don't particularly see what the controversy is for the game. I mean, they said the whole time that this game was about revenge, and oh boy, what would Ellie have to be revenge for? So I mean, I knew Joel was gonna die. I didn't anticipate it being that early in the game, but I mean, that was quite the twist for me. But I mean, I like the overall uh atmosphere they set for the game. Much like the first one is bleak. I'm a fan of movies and video game series that don't always have happy endings, not everything's sunshine and rainbows. So I kind of like things when they're bleak, that's more real in my opinion. But I also don't understand the other controversies of like, oh, there's a trans character in it. Because I mean, it took me like an hour or two of seeing the character. I'm like, oh, that's the one we're talking about. Oh, that's not a big deal at all. Who cares? And I don't know if the other controversy is that Ellie's a lesbian. I don't know, but that's not a big deal at all.
Ellie
But-
was gay. Apparently, was news to people.
Well, yeah,
I mean, she
I've never played either game, and I knew that. So
Well, you
Yeah.
find out. I think it's the DLC of the first game. You
It's the
find out,
DLC,
right?
yeah, it's DLC,
So
yeah.
I guess maybe not a lot of people played it, but I mean, if you like Last of Us, it was well known. But one thing I liked about Last of Us 2 was the game. Like even just taking out the story, even if you didn't like the story, the gameplay was so buttery smooth.
Yep.
Like the attacks, the stealth, so great. And it had a ton of like accessibility features for like people
Yeah.
who maybe want an easier experience, who want to play the story. You basically could cater the game to your taste, and
Yeah.
that's what I really like in video games. I wish more video
Yeah.
games would do that.
Yeah.
It did
And they
also
also
take a risk because
Yeah.
it did something most games don't, and it's like all the villains have names that in the second one they do it. And I remember some people complained about it was kind of weird to have them names, but it was the game also trying to tell you like these are also real people and kind of going to that effect of like you're not supposed to feel entirely good about everybody you kill because you kill a lot of people, but these are actually people and they are humanizing the villains to kind of make a point as well in like this post-apocalyptic era. Like, it's kind of interesting how it was very interesting when they added that feature to it, I thought.
Yeah, because I think my favorite thing about it is kind of like what you said, Phil, is that you actually play as a person who kills Joel, and normally your reaction to that would be like, oh, screw her, I hope she dies. But then the more you play as her, you're like, oh, well, she kind of had a point. Joel did have it coming.
But-
And I mean, I can't really think of another video game that lets you play as the person you're trying to kill, because I mean, that's just so unique. Because usually, in a video game, it's like, oh, they do something bad. Well, I'm going to kill them because my side of the story is the only one that matters.
And one thing about Joel that I thought I really liked and how he died was he was teaching in the first game. He always taught Abby not to trust strangers, and how did Joel die? He trusted a stranger.
Yep.
So that kind of came back full circle on them. So I thought that
But
was
that's
interesting.
not
And then
Joel's character, bro.
Going back to the gameplay, playing as Abby is amazing. I've never seen someone flat out choke a zombie to death. Yeah.
Dude, she's hashtag fitness goals.
Excuse me, infected. They're not zombies. They're infected. Different. They're just.
They're-
So I'm just saying, to those diehards, they're infected. They never say zombies. They say infected.
I will also
I
say
hate that
for
whole
Ab-
trope in zombie stuff. They never call them zombies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
I
is.
will- I- I will say for Abby's portion of the game that she has by far the best set pieces in the entire game. The whole hospital section is probably my favorite with the Rat King. I mean, that was just done so perfectly, and so it was so tense. I loved it.
Mhm. I will say when we talk about like jump scares, I was like that thing creeped me. I knew it was coming, but when you first like actually see it and it opens the door, I'm like, oh, I jumped. I think I was talking to Hunter online, and I think he heard me jump at that point, and it was like in the middle of the day. I was like, oh yeah, that thing was creepy.
That's okay. My wife was watching me play, and she's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Nah, man. I'm tense, man. My heart rate's up. I got chill, man."
I would play the game for like an hour at a time, then put it down because it was so stressful for me.
It was hard. And also there was one cool feature that I liked. You could specialize the game if you're doing the story. You can make the enemies harder, but you could also make your I found this out, I think, from Jake, from Vitamin J. Mountain told me you could add more. You can make it easier for you to find weapons and make your AI harder. You could kind of customize everything in case you were trying, like, just in case, because sometimes you're right in between levels and you're like, I could play a little harder, but it's too hard or it's too hard. If I go harder, it'll be a little too hard, but you could still customize everything, which I like because that kind of added that ender. And especially, I think at the end, when spoiler alert, when Ellie leaves that guitar, I felt that was very symbolic of like she's leaving that behind, and she's leaving that behind of kind of like moving on from her revenge with Joel, like getting revenge from Joel and leaving that part of her life behind of. And I think the whole revenge thing of how it showed that revenge like ends up costing everybody. From Ellie's aspect, she loses, again, big spoiler, she loses her girlfriend. From Abby's aspect, because she sought out revenge,
She lost all of her
all of her friends die because of it, because they go back after them. And it's kind of like this whole thing, like revenge, and they both have to learn, like, you can go back and forth, but revenge is like will lead you down dark paths, and you will both end up losing a lot. You all have to move on. It's kind of this whole like you all have to like move on from what happened and keep moving forward. You can't just seek out revenge forever because it'll be tit for tat. So I thought it was really cool, and that like that story of switching it just because it was different from the first one, which was about love.
I think I'm alone on this. And Bobby, I'm holding out hope, Bobby. If you played this game or saw it, you feel the same way.
Even played the first one.
No. I'm holding out hope you'd feel the same. But I have not played this game because I don't own a PlayStation. But I've seen the whole playthrough online. And I will say,
honest, I don't have any desire to play either game right now. It's just not on my list of things to play.
Okay, so you do agree. So I'm not completely alone.
I don't agree with you. I just don't have any interest in playing.
The thing is, I'll give credit where it's due. The game is a beautiful masterpiece. It looks really good. I mean, maybe they were in sweatshops, but they made the game look really, really, really good. Even on PlayStation 4, which you could also play it on, the game looks like the best thing that ever hit the PlayStation 4. It looks really cool. It's a story about revenge. I think is a really cool concept. I think that's something more stuff should do. The thing where I don't like about this game and why I would never purchase it, as opposed to the first Last of Us I did like, is because to me it felt very woke. It felt very corporate, checking off boxes. And the reason I say that is because the first trailer that ever came out in E3, it started with Ellie and the other girl like kissing, and it's like, okay, I see why they're doing this. They're trying to get people on Twitter, buzzing about it. And then there's like another random thing about this. There's a raw like sex scene, which like should not have been there. That's really like gross. That still creeps me out to this day.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. I was like, I mean, yeah, I could have done without that scene. But,
as someone that likes anime and like games incorporated from Japan or China, wherever they come from, there's a lot of things they will censor that are like stupid. But I'm like, how they'll censor those stuff, but how the hell does that like raw, like very unnecessary scene get into the game? Like it just feels. You agree?
I agree with you on that scene. That actually was not needed.
Like
that was not.
I also disagree with like, I don't like playing as the killer. Now if I was playing like Darth Vader or someone like a killer that's actually interesting, yeah, I would enjoy that. But I'd never liked the character. And there's a scene wherever her name is where she's like petting a dog in a flashback, and it's like they're trying to make you humanize with her. I'm just like, I'm just not feeling this. I'm not gonna humanize with this character. Like I know what they're trying to do. I know they're just trying to be like, hey, that could have been you. Revenge is bad. And I'm not gonna talk about the ending, but I think the ending is very just like stupid. It's like the most like lazy ending in my opinion. It just kind of falls flat. I feel like I'm not gonna go into what happens, but like I feel like they could have done so much more with it. It just kind of like ends. It's very clear they were thinking like, oh, you want to play The Last of Us 3 when that comes out in 7 years or whatever.
I will.
Well, yeah, I said that take my money.
Yeah, you can have it right now. Which again, that's part of where we're going to disagree. I disagree because I feel you had to understand the first one because I think it was to perpetuate. I think you have to remember Joel's decision was not. Yes, it's a decision a lot of people have made, but it was not a good decision for humanity as a whole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was
I
selfish.
think to put that point of spoiler alert again. We'll just go ahead. If you haven't played it, like again, we've already spoiled several things.
Skip
So Joel killed Abby's dad, and that was like to kind of show that aspect of, oh my gosh, when you're killing these people, they are as well people. There's like a lot of effects in this. I think that's where it was again trying to hit at of like you're killing like everybody has a story, and I get some people doesn't work for them. For me, it did. I kind of liked it just because it had a deeper, like again, I'm like that had a deeper message and just wasn't just a video game. There was like something about what it was saying. Wasn't for everybody. I think some of those people are stupid. I think it was also some people were upset because it wasn't what they wanted. It wasn't the game they thought it was going to be, so they just said screw it because I believe there was a lot of people out there because how many reviews? There was like thousands of reviews.
And the game been out like 30 minutes. Yeah.
30 minutes, and that game's like 12 hours story. Like
No,
even
it's like 24 hours.
It made Metacritic change the way they did reviews. You had to actually wait a few days before you can do a review.
Because there was all these reviews, and it's like you all did not play this game yet, have not finished this game, which I'm like. So,
and to clarify too, it was both sides. Some people were rating it 10, and some of the people were rating like 1.
Yes,
like,
yes,
that's what I meant. Like you all did not finish this game.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I know not all.
And if you did, even if you did, you didn't play it long enough to form an opinion.
And I will.
Unless,
I will say too, like it's not every game. I'm not entitled. Like I think everything's made for me. There's some games I'm just not gonna like, and that's fine. If you guys love the game, like that's seriously like that's awesome. I do think it looks really cool. If I had a PlayStation, maybe I would still play it just because the gameplay and how it looks is phenomenal. I just don't like the story.
No,
but
Ian, you disagreeing is a personal indictment on my character.
I think
I didn't want to say it out loud.
Where I say y'all boring us to tears with this.
I'm sorry that we had to talk about compelling games. Okay.
I mean,
Yeah, you take your Marios and your Transformers, you know.
I'm sorry, Mario sells better. I'm sorry.
All right. Okay. Yeah, we can go ahead to the next one, and I'll just say that is how you have a calm discussion where you disagree.
Yeah.
Calm discussion.
Well,
We might have another disagreement that's not going to be as calm, but
I can never talk to Ian again. So.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
You weren't going to.
Let's just say when we play DVD and he sees Ian on the hook, he will not make it.
Yeah, I'm not unhooking.
If you put my death as COVID, I swear. Yes.
just turn away. All right. So we're going to our number 7 game. It was voted on by Max. Put it at number 4. Mr. Catan put it at number 6. And D3 put it at number 5 with 18 points. And I was informed that these two games were the same. Pokemon Gold / Silver.
I will start. This dude, first of all, the fact that he didn't just automatically assume they're the same is shows that he has no idea.
Oh my
God. Because this guy, this guy was a Digimon guy. This guy liked Digimon.
Season 1 only.
Who likes Digimon?
Didn't even finish the second season. It was trash.
It had several seasons, several iterations.
Anyways, Pokemon Silver is my favorite of all the Pokemon handheld games. Everyone liked Red and Blue, but then of course Silver and Gold came out next generation. And this one, updated graphics, updated colors. It wasn't just strictly red and blue, depending on which one you got. But the cool thing with this one is that you played the new story, right? You got all the gym badges, you beat the Elite Four, and then guess what? You get to go back to where the first game took place, and then you got to beat those 8 gym bosses. And that threw my, however young I was, that threw my mind for spinning there. I didn't know that was going to happen, so that definitely was a blast for me. To catch all the original Pokemon, go back and catch the best starting Pokemon of all time, which is a Squirtle. And the best Pokemon of all time is a Blastoise. So let's just keep it real here. Not that
No.
Charizard guy. How cliche. In fact, Charizard's not even second. Mewtwo's second.
Wow.
But we can have a top 10 Pokemon debate later if you want.
Let's
Yeah,
do it.
Charizard will win. Charizard will win.
Well, we'll find out because I know Mountain over there is a Blastoise guy too. So
Well, he's done.
In that.
Blastoise.
Don't
Blastoise
spoil it,
is my
Miller.
favorite. And Blastoise is my favorite of the original
It's just a
starter
turd.
Pokemon, but it's not my favorite Pokemon.
Now back to the game. I do say the game also ends on the crescendo where you can actually face Ash. They don't call him Ash in the game, but you pretty much face him. They even design like him. It's his team, and he is tough to beat.
he's got a little 70 Pikachu that like.
I think he has like a
Monster
level.
Pikachu.
No, I think he has like a level 80 Pikachu, like a level 70 some Snorlax, which takes forever to defeat. It brings a very interesting challenge to close the game that I don't think many other games have done since then.
Nope.
And then it also introduced the day-night cycle. So some Pokemon you can only catch during the day, some only at night, which is a cool concept in my opinion.
And nowadays you got to pay to catch the Pokemon.
I was gonna say it'd be DLC now.
Yeah, now it's DLC. And I mean they did remake it for the DS at Heart Gold and Soul Silver, which I love as well. But overall, I mean, if you love Pokemon, this to me is the best version of Pokemon. It had introduced about 100-some new Pokemon. I love most of them. And Cyndaquil was always my starter of choice. And I'll say, in your rival in this game, it's not like your friendly rival in other Pokemon games. This one you dislike.
I didn't like the one in the first one either. He's a jerk.
Oh, Gary.
Yeah, I always, no matter which Pokemon game I fight, I always name the rival Gary.
I remember in the first season of the show, he somehow has like 16 badges, and there's only like 8 at the time or something. It's like, okay, man.
You know. Well, I mean, Ash saw Ho-Oh in the first episode.
Yep.
Yeah, when I found that out, it blew my mind. It's like, how do they have a second-gen Pokemon in the first episode of the original series? What is going on?
It was supposed to be like a
Genius.
Pokemon of luck, and that's how he's like able to. It helps him on his journey, I guess.
But yes, I mean, it's just a fun game. It's just, I can't. If they were to ever make it for the Switch, I'll buy it.
They'll charge you $60 for it.
I was gonna say, was that a plug to Nintendo?
Yes, it was a plug to get them to remaster it, and they'll get money from me.
Dude, I saw something that's like they said that they think Game Boy games might be popping up on the Switch, kind of like the Super Nintendo and Nintendo. I'm like, nah, because people were talking about Pokemon. I was like, nah, they'll charge you for that. Believe me.
Look, if they charge me $10, I'll still pay for. I'll pay the $10.
Crappy Game Boy games, no problem.
So
I
they'll
mean, they
have
gave
Game
us
Boy games,
Mario
but,
World.
they'll have Game Boy games, but for stuff like Pokemon, they're gonna want some money because they know people will pay it.
Yeah.
Why is beyond me, but
Oh,
we
like-
all have different lives.
You're wrong.
Philip, can I ask you what's your
Digimon games either? I only like the series. I only like the TV show. First season, by the way. First season.
Phil,
With Kai and the original cast. After that, I was done. I didn't watch when they went to this. Well, I watched second season, but it wasn't as good. I watched half of it, then I stopped watching it. But first season, Kai, Agumon, yeah.
what was your
Okay.
favorite Digimon?
Agumon. No, Wargreymon.
Say again. Sorry, you cut
Alright,
out.
I'm just kidding. Wargreymon.
Oh
no,
yeah,
no one
yeah,
below
yeah.
the age of 25 knows what Digimon is.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you need all these these Gen Zers to agree with you, and because they agree with you,
Pokemon has
they agree with you.
stood-
That
Pokemon
clarifies.
has stood the test of time.
I think Digimon's still being made.
Say it had one good season of the show. I will give it that, and it has a better theme song. I will
Oh.
again give it that. It had a better theme
The
song.
theme song.
I even voted for it when
It's
we did
good.
theme songs. I thought it was a great theme song.
Yeah.
Digimon's
Good.
it's good, but it ain't no Pokemon.
And Digimon did not end with a rap.
Poke Rap.
All right, so
Hey,
we're gonna move to-
Digimon's still ongoing. There's actually, it's called Digimon Adventure. It's 2020.
No way. No
It's still-
way.
it's still going
Pokemon's
on.
Still going.
It says there's a new series, Digimon Ghost game, coming out next October. Actually,
Who's watching it?
Wow.
And Phil, it's the
Enough
original.
people to keep it alive.
Phil, it's the original cast too, so you might be interested.
Wow.
Yeah, it might be interesting if you go back to TK, Ty,
Yeah.
Mimi, Joe.
You're just saying names now.
oh yeah.
I like
Digimon
that
Adventure.
one. I also like the second half when they went back into the digital world. The true Digimon fans will know what I'm talking about. When they went back in after coming back to Earth, and then they went back in, and everybody had leveled up, and they had to fight the digital masters. What was it, 6 or 7 masters? That's when it hit. But after that, I stopped. I kind of aged out of it.
Here I was
What's
thinking
next?
we were talking about Pokemon
All
Silver.
right.
Yeah, what's next?
All right. So number 6, we're gonna go back to a game from our childhood, from another Nintendo game. This was actually on Super Nintendo. This is actually the best Mario game ever made, known to man.
Oh my god. Non-biased.
Big Josh put it at number 10. Big Josh put it at number 1. Mountain put it at number 5, and I put this at number 8. It is Super Mario World.
Wow, start.
Best
Super Mario
2D Mario game.
Yeah, Super Mario World is the best 2D Mario.
Best Mario.
Well, what? That is your
2D, 3D, 1D, it doesn't matter. It's the best.
That's fine. That is your opinion, sweetie. Okay. But one good one thing I do for some reason, like the sounds in this game, I can pick out between any other 2D Mario game. I don't know, just the way he kicks the turtle shell. Pretty much any sound, just a slightly different than it is in the other games, and for some reason I can just pick it out. Like, oh yeah, that's Super Mario World, no doubt about it. But I just like the way it looks better than Super Mario Brothers 1. And 3, 2 is a disgrace, so I want to talk about that one. But yeah, I mean, Super Mario Bros. 1 and 3 is really good. I mean, it's classic. But Super Mario World, just the way they changed the look of it, is fun. And I think and the Yoshi,
So you get to ride Yoshi.
yeah, is a lot of fun. There's a whole different mechanic in there, and yeah, that changes things a lot when you get to play with Yoshi.
I think it's a little more challenging, like Super Mario Bros. 3. Mainly because, you get one hit and you're back to Mini Mario. It doesn't matter if you get the fire costume, you're still back to Mini Mario if you get hit one time. Unlike the other game.
And I liked it has that one part, like early in the game, you can take those 2 different paths where you can go into the water and do that water level, or you can go around it and do another level. It's like one of those hidden gems you can find. I enjoyed it just from the outlook, and also it also started out a little bit different than most, because I don't remember it starting out with Peach being kidnapped, even though Peach is always kidnapped.
To be honest, I
I don't think it started with that. I think you just start in the world.
You might.
So, again, questions there. So I thought that was really cool about it, and I don't know, I just liked it. Had all the cool tubes, all the different levels. I felt it switched up what it was. Like each level was very different from each. This was, again, a lovely game for the childhood.
Yeah, you saved Peach again.
I don't mean you say that, but I don't think it starts out with her being kidnapped like every other one starts
Yeah,
out.
just a synopsis says you saved Princess Toadstool, which is the same as every other Mario.
Yep.
But yeah.
Mountain.
About Super Mario World. I mean, Max pretty much said what I was gonna say. It's just, I mean, I don't know, but it just introduced my favorite mechanic of 2D Mario, and that's being able to ride Yoshi. And I like the general aesthetic of it.
Yeah.
I think it's real smooth looking. I mean, it still holds up to this day, and of course the levels are great. So I mean, it's just really fun to play.
Yeah, and it says it introduced new elements in Mario game such as dashing and jumping, and flying with the. Oh yeah, because you fly with the cape.
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
Yeah. You run and then go. That was cool doing going over most of the level with the cape. Like you could pass like half the level.
I know. Yeah, that's what you did. That's what I did as a kid. Is I don't want to. I'm just gonna get to the end.
Yeah, certain times I had to do that because I just could not beat the level. I was like, this
some
is
of
gonna be
those
the best
some of those sky levels with the moving platforms were ridiculous.
Oh yeah. So good game.